Hello and welcome. I was just been saying, because obviously this is the beginning, which is really the end. I'm not going to explain about these because I already explained about them. Well, I do, so yeah. I'm going to explain about how these got here and all the rest of it in the middle of the session or the beginning of the session that's like after this. But this is more of what did we do in the session, how did we do. Oh, that's a point. Have a check the oh, that beautiful. Yeah, we will buy that because I've always keep saying this. I want to buy things as I would for the Let's Play. We've got enough tractors. I do like that, but again, the loss of a front three-point link, it's really so important to me. It really is. It so limits. I mean, and we've already got one as well, so they are useful still, but it's sort of very limiting in a lot of ways. So what did we do? Well, we grabbed all of the straw off that. We obviously fed our animals. We're in November. Yeah, we did all of that. We've not touched the grass fields. We don't really need to. We bought the things. We got the sunflowers in, which we stuck immediately into the production. It's now filled, but it's not. Yeah, the sunflowers are filled and there's a bit left. The canola, this is the one thing that we knew, but you've almost got a year's supply left in till next year, so we're not done too bad. Also, we probably, yeah, we'll do all of this next session. I'm going to leave the last session to the end. Yeah, and I realise this is spelt wrongly. I've forgotten to put the title of it properly. So yeah, that's again something I need to correct, but at least it's working. Yeah, so animals, again, they're all happy. We fed them nicely, and the meadows supplying a bit of slurries going up through the roof. Straw even. Oh, we shouldn't be registering that, but it's using the silo as an extension outside the door. We put most of our straw from these two fields over the road in that one. Put a little tiny remnant in that one. Then obviously I've gone and done the straw off the sunflower field, and we've just done the sunflower. So really, that's about it. I'm not going to belabor it. It really is what it is. We've spent a few quid, a few dollars. It is quid actually, Mr. Smith. It should be dollars. We'll be back on here in a little while, so we're going to put this back to dollars where it should be. Yeah. So that's it really. Yeah, I'll leave the explanation and my comments on these for the actual session, which will be almost straight away. Yeah, really, that's where I started. So yeah. Yeah, when I've shown you the sunflowers, the straw, no, not really. The straw I've not showed you, have I? Which is in standard storage, which means this will see it. Yeah, 702,101 litres. Not all from today, but most of it from today. We had some left that when we were mixing. But as I said, no, I'm not going to go over it again, because I sort of cover that as well. Yeah, so we've got everything out. We've got the milk out. Yeah, no litres, everything out. We've got loads this coming year. Obviously, we've got the manure spreader in our BI Industries module. And I know we've got the old one as well, but it's just a little small. And then we've got the new fantastic slurry thing. We would be using all our own manure this coming year. All our own... it's not manure, is it? All our own fertiliser. That's the one. Yeah, all of our own fertiliser this year. So any selling that we need to do, I'm still going to be doing a bit of work because I'm going to want to put all of the pallets in here. I'm working on this as well. I want it to be only single-sided. I'm cutting off the back here. Or, well, it's sort of double-sided, but no, it is. Yeah, it is double-sided. It's almost like Giants have told it to mirror, but I think it's... I'd sooner have a back and a front, so you're telling people where you need to go to sell. I want the back to sort of say, well, I'm the back, and I want the front to say I'm the front. So yeah, so it's not confusing, because I do like this model. I think it's really cute. I just wish that the you could actually see the stuff in the boxes. That's the only sort of downside to this. I think it looks really just not right. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, actually, if you go into the i3D, I think I said this last session, you can actually see all of the things, and then it looks fantastic. But that looks such an awful mess without all of those. And I know they've sort of done it for if you start to fill one of the boxes, but I'd sooner see the stuff and have maybe one box or two box that fills as we put stuff in it, rather than all of them being empty. It's not very inviting, is it really? Same on Hutan Pantai in the market. They're all empty. When do you see an empty market shelf? I mean, unless there's been a panic buying session, but apart from that, they're usually filled. It just doesn't make any sense, but hey, it is what it is. Right, anyway, so yes, I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Right, I've been busy, but it's not without pain. It is definitely true. I'm moving away from the Giants actual ones. I would like to move to my own models now because I think it's nicer. I've gone for nice bright colours, which and I've gone for unique pictures and also the BI brand on this, and it does everything it should do. It's I have not got around to this one yet, but I have done the super dairy. Unfortunately, it's the oh yeah, oh dear, we also have a casualty with you as well, being quite caught by it. I knew there'd be some casualties. I had to rename. I came in before and realised that it it might work its way out. It may have to do. Oh, it won't. It's got store deliveries. Let's store delivery it out. I thought I'd sort of show you. Let's just reset those two, and we're gonna have to move the shed, which is a right pain, really, but it is what it is. Right, so we want you first. Yep, and then we can get to the milk, which I'm hoping we actually let go of. I'm sure we would have done. Not usually backwards and coming forwards like that. So there is going to be a bit of a casualty. We are going to have to shift this to gain us access to that and just move it a little because it's got stuff in. It's annoying in a way. I should have done this after this because this is likely to be the last or second to last episode on this because we've just got a harvest to do. So in a way, it's a bit of a pain that I've actually done what I've done, but that's such as me. That is just the the way that I roll. Actually, though, no, yeah, they're great, and the things are sort of inside the shed. Might just about get away with this. Maybe we're lucky. Yeah, obviously, when you were placing them normally, so anything. Obviously, when I play with the mod, a particular model, that model changes on whatever map the XML is in, and the placeable has been bought. So it is good. Across. Yeah, so they are spawning and everything, so just really, it's a bit of a heavy load for this one, really. Let's put it across. But I thought I'd sort of show you, because I'm quite pleased with the modelling for once. It's quite nice. I thought, yeah, because I'm being realistic. Now, we all know it's a game, and we also know that the little tiny factories couldn't possibly hold all of the amounts that they say they hold. And I thought, well, yeah, it's true, but you could sort of go a long way to addressing this. I mean, a silo is tall. It's got a lot of... You could have 3 or 4 floors in that, and it would actually, converted, obviously, which is the premise. So realistically, the storage could be actually quite good. So I think we could probably get away with just leaving that there. I think, but let's have a look. It might be on the other side as well, in which case it may be a little bit worse. It all depends if we... Yeah, this is now... yeah, we've got them on here as well. For one session, I'm sure we can put up with it. Obviously, you're not going to get this issue. You can see they are quite mighty beasts, but they don't take up a lot of room for the fact that they are tall more than big. And I thought, well, I reckon it does go a long way to addressing, like, what? He has a bit of bleed in that, but, all things considered, it could have been an awful lot worse. Yeah, I've obviously gone for unique pictures. This is the one I sort of struggled with the most, as in, like, I was like, well, I've already got, I think, a cannery. There's so many different colours you could choose. And I thought, well, why worry about it? Why not go for a unique colour? I've gone, like, for green for certain things. I've gone pale for things like that. And I've gone very white for things like the spinnery that would be producing, like, both wool and cotton, which is white. So I thought, well, let's sort of stick as best we can. Let's put a nice, good picture. and say what it is, and I think it's a long way. And also we've got a door, which is not too terrible, really. Yeah, no, it's better than I hoped. It is. With it being square, I was thinking it might stick out a little bit, but it's not too terrible. So that's my models. I've worked hard on, yeah, for actually 2.5 hours this morning on that, and it's a real sense of accomplishment when you actually see your work like that. Now, there's still some errors. It's typical. I got away with all the errors, but I was trying to template this, and it's not like all things. One size doesn't fit all. Right. Anyway, let's just let's do that off. Wrong one. Wrong one. It's that one. Oh, have they changed? Oh, of course. I'm gonna have to re-record the my little, because I've changed. Yeah, the icons are now in a different place, and obviously when you record a macro, it's precise to exactly the spot where things were, and now it's changed, so I'll have to do it manually for a bit. Right, so we are on Riverbend Springs, and yeah, we have. Let's have just a quick look at the. So this is settling down a bit now. Now, I did notice there was an update from Giants, so perhaps they've finally, isn't it typical, the session we're leaving Riverbend Springs. To be honest, I'm quite pleased with where we've got to. This is hard economy, and our money's on the rise rather than on the, than like going low. So what we're going to need to do, we can leave the straw on there until, right, that's, the other thing, I don't think we got the, I was looking in Edison. I thought, did you actually show anybody how much you got of the soybeans? And I think the answer to this question is, I don't really think I did. You would have seen it sort of, but I do apologise for no, it wasn't a busy session. I was absolutely shattered. I did think. No, I don't think I did mention that. Yeah, it's been a real tough work week where I've been like driving through horrendous traffic all the way to Liverpool and back from like halfway across the country. So soybeans, this is really a cash crop, so I can go straight away in the silo where it will show up in our storage, and also the time-saving stock check will show us how much we've actually got. 27, nearly 28 tons, very close. That's not bad for soybeans, not at all. So we'll grab that straw up, but at the same time as we are going to grab the sunflowers up, which I believe is our very last harvest. Yes, it is with sadness in a way that I'm leaving, but we are going on to a bigger farm, actually. Yes, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, I would say, because it's going to be a stone valley and then some. I'm not a massive fan of huge farms, but there is good things as well. It's not all bad. I mean, usually your equipment is stupendous. It's just a matter of scale. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it. Rombos Road, I certainly did scale. We did seriously do some scale. Right, so we want the big John Deere, which I believe is in the shed. And actually, that's probably not a bad place to be. Right, let's have a look. How are we doing? Did we feed our animals this morning, or did we not? We didn't, so let's get that done. Being as it's the last session, I am gonna we're gonna buy it for once. I know recently we have been doing more of that actually than I would have liked. Again, you come to a certain point of scale. When we were in the smaller shed, mixing a mix really satisfied the needs of but then of course you've got to mix 2 or 3, and it's not terribly expensive. And there's sort of, I suppose, there does come a certain time, I suppose, even in a farm's life, where, again, a matter of scale, where you've sort of got to think, well, is my time worth, now that I can afford that a little bit better? Is it better for us to, I would imagine that really should be probably enough. Slurry's up to 248,000 litres. Straw doesn't need 5 tons of milk a day. Now, these are buffaloes, so got to be honest, we could probably do another one. It's not going to hurt. Yeah, let's do one more. I think the straw's fine because it's ticking down slowly. Now it should be. Now I have fixed. There's a story to tell. There is a story to tell. Now this is the Giants one. Now I've done my model based upon this, but obviously it was right early on, and I did a couple of things, and I've got to be honest. It's not all my fault. This is actually quite a tricky mod to make into a mod. If you start tweaking around with this is a mod you have to touch as little as possible, because the thing that makes you see the manure that's just went up, the thing that makes you see that, you've got to leave it alone, or it just stops showing the, what's it called, the occluder, I think they call it in the i3D. If you start mucking around with that, it won't show the manure, which is what I did. I did think I'd not tweaked anything, so I went back in, played around with it for a bit, and then I knew I'd got one in Calmsden, one of the little ones, so I went on to Calmsden, checked. It didn't work the first time, then I did it all over again. I went back in. Oh my life, you've never seen anything like it. I'd forgotten to change the size of the heap down to 2 million litres, which I can do, and that's not a problem because it's not anywhere near that anyway. But it had actually, for some reason, gone outside the bounds of the manure bunker, and it was like all the way around on the outside. So, but it definitely did work. It's just not quite how I intended, but I just thought I'd share that. You'll see it on comms, and if you look at it, it's quite, it is quite funny. Even I couldn't help but chuckling. Right, so that's the animals done, and it is October, so I would say that we are going to be ready on November morning, or else the world has ended, because, like, yeah, all known things have like, yeah, gone wrong. So we should really now see that we should have lots of purple and only one green left to go. And it is, I don't know that it's dark green, but it can go 2 stages in one. So we're going to go through till the morning now. We're going to grab the milk. Yeah, we are. I want this to be, I want it to be thorough, where we're like not leaving any stone unturned. Yep, you were the one we want. No, we didn't. I was going to say I have not reset store deliveries. Very useful. I do love the fact that we've got that in the game. It really is such a fantastic mod for precisely for myself, for shifting things around on the map, like in between sessions. Obviously not in the sessions, right? It's over there. Very useful. I don't make any bones about, like, off camera using it a lot. It is my best friend, and it often catches me out because I forget to reset it, and then it's I order something from the shop, I'll go down to the shop, and then lo and behold, it'll pop in the farmyard because I forgot to reset the position. Oh, so as I frequently say, yeah, you'd be sure your sins will find you out. I mean, I don't really make it. Yeah, I mean, I do it, and I say that I do. Just try not to do it in the session. Well, if I've always had a bit of a golden rule that if I'm at the start of a session, I'll start at the shop if I'm going to go to the shop and I know I'm going to go to the shop. But if I don't know that I'm going to go to the shop, and like if we start the session and we're a bit the way through, it's what I found was Hobart's Hollow was very much, I found I was wasting a lot of time, or half of the session, going all the way down to the shop. And what I mean by wasting is your time is precious. So to me, it was important that I don't faff around. We still... No, it's still doing the funny flickering though. It is. It's not completely... Yeah, you can see the meshes going like green flicker, green flicker. So it's not... Still not right. But it is only on the Giants maps. But it looks like they're partially... Some of the meshes are right now. The grass was okay. But it does come and go a bit anyway. So you can't really tell for certain. Then. I've never used this before. I mean, yeah, what I mean is... I've tested it to a degree, but I've got to now... Have I got this right? Is your workmanship ship-shape and Bristol fashion, Mr. Smith? Does that grey actually work? I mean, yeah, what I did, it should do... I tested the first one I did, and then I've sort of... I've made it into a system and a template so that there's very little for me to change between, and so that cuts out the damage that you would do, and it is working fantastic. Yeah, if you test it on the first one and you've got everything right, then it should logically follow that everything's right on the next one, which, as you can see, actually is. But there was a few issues because each of the productions is unique and they've got different requirements, and some of them I've got like little errors about saying you can't have that in the storage, you've not got that. So yeah, there's a few things I've got to still fix, but I'm quite pleased. It's a major thing. I wanted to go unique. I thought, no, let's move away from the Giants factories, let's do our own. It's, you know, it's a sign of you being a modder if you're going to do mod. I mean, I have fallen in love with that is definitely true, but apart from that, there's a lot of unique things and touches, and adding production things and the warning things. Everything is all got lots of things in it. It's got loading, unloading, bale storage, you name it, they've got it. So, and also you can unload your stuff. It was always important to me. Yeah, sorry to go off in a tangent in a way, but there was a couple of mods that Bernie did, and they were really reasonable. And if you wanted to move them later on, and you'd got like grass in, you could never get your inputs back out. You weren't supposed to. He didn't, you know, he was not. And a lot of modders do that, but I like it. If I put something in, I want to get it out. I might want to move some straw out, so I've done that and observed that, so that I can do it. The one casualty of all of this, again, another important thing as you get into your modding is realising that you can't have monster mods. Now, I was doing massive graphics files that were making little mods that should be about 10 meg into sort of 50 meg monsters, which that's not good for anyone's computer or anything at all anyway. So part of it was through using a file that used to colour the pipes. So the casualty of all this is I can no longer colour the pipes because I've had to use the Giants original, which means I can't change that at all, but at least the file size is reasonable. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of, when I first started modding, you don't realise how important it is. When you do get a bit more advanced, you realise, yeah, well actually I've got to keep this small for everybody else's computers and consoles and all the rest, because the file size, it can't be monstrous. It's still a bit bigger than I'd like, but then that's for the colours, and I thought, well, it's one of the main things of your things. You've got to have something unique. So if it's a little bit, it's not monstrously big, but it's a little bit bigger than I would have liked, but it's still not bad. Right, anyway, so we've got that in. Our production should all still be working, because it shouldn't have actually, yeah, you can see they're still active. Mill, yeah. Mill? Oh, you've renamed it's not named the right thing. Right. That's typical of me. Oh, well, I nearly got it right. I got that one right. Yeah, that's the template. The original template was based upon the mill model. So, yeah, I'll fix it. It's the first, it's the maiden voyage of all of these. So, to be honest, it's a miracle that they've not got mod errors and stuff. I did test before I came in. I went onto my test map and just made sure that there was nothing major wrong, and they all did. But I didn't check little minutiae like names. So that's the casualty of this particular thing. Right. Anyway, let's go through to tomorrow. Oh, did we check the sales? We will have done. I know. Yeah. Let's go through till tomorrow, and I'm still going to treat it as you would. We do 9 o'clock though, which is, oh no, you've gone past it. Excellent. Yeah, because we did the field. So yeah, we're going to grab the straw up. I'm going to let the harvester crack on. We've put the trailer in advance. We're going to feed the animal. We don't need to feed the animals. We just did it. We put loads in from yesterday, so we will get the milk. They look pretty good to me. So let's grab the milk again. Because I want this, I don't want to leave any stone unturned. So if we've got a yeah, I don't care if I've got to come on again. I'm not trying to exodus quickly or anything like that. I just want to move on to Frankenmuth. Yeah, I do. I would like to get that cracking. I've sort of done a couple of sessions, like start the productions putting down and that sort of stuff, which they would obviously also change because we've now changed them. So there's a couple I didn't put. Oh, what's that? Oh, so it's only 2.7. Wow, it's not bad. Yeah, 2.5 tons, 2,700 litres. I mean, let's be honest, they're still not completely... Yeah, they're mostly... Well, that's a good... I think we've got quite a few milkers. Right the way down to about... Yeah, gotta be, because if you reproduction... So these also... These are all milkers. I'm not sure whether you produce milk until they've given birth, though. So we've at least got 60 milkers, but obviously we can have an awful lot more when these are all caught up. Well, we're not going to benefit from that. The next farm owner will benefit from that. Wink, wink. Yeah, so that's not us, unfortunately. We didn't quite stay long enough, but again, it's these meshes is the main sort of thing that I'm just not happy with. It's also, yeah, I mean, I did sort of recognise it. I've done it quite a few of them. We were sort of moved. Hootown Pound Size finished unless you want me to run another year. Now that one, I sort of felt I could leave it where I left it, but I also thought I could have done another year, and I'm going to leave it to you guys and gals on this. Now again, I am going to leave it open here. If you would like to see another year on Riverbend Springs, rather than go to Frankenmuth just yet, then just, yeah, drop me a line. And if I get 2 or 3 people, only 2 or 3 people, that say they'd like that, then that's what we'll do. We'll stay, definitely. Right, so let's get the harvester going. And let's stop chin wagging. Let's get some work done, I would say. We have been working, actually. We have, it's true. I think our sunflower header is... Actually, there's a corn header, isn't it? So we need to grab that. Yeah, I'm trying to get me sound right. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, on one session, Oh, it's gone down the bank. Oh, can we... I reckon we can sort of just about recover that. It's not too... My life is a little... Let's try and hover across the top of the bank. Otherwise, we would, like, take a bit of a tumble. It's not exactly the... It's not a tractor, is it, when all's said and done? Oh, it's going to... Oh, that's reasonably painless. Yes, I will. If you wish me to stay, I've done the same on Sri Lanka and the same. We'd been on Sri Lanka longer than I've ever been on any Let's Play, but some of the years went very quickly. So we did have 17 or 18 years on Sri Lanka, and we didn't get that much traction because it was such a terrible start. But I thought, from where we came from to where we got to, that it was... I thought we'd done it. I thought we'd done well. We can actually spin into the field for once without any kind of kerfuffle. Should we set normal work? No, we need to course play this, so I'll let's just gently start. Set this going. And yeah, I've left me multifruits alone. They're pretty much as they were before, because I thought they were already there. They were quite unique. Obviously, I've sort of, on the production side, moved away from the red and black of BI Industries, although you've got the icon with that on, so yeah, it's not really terrible. Right, so then I'm going to say my words, and we're going to go and grab the straw off the other field as well. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. So I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah. It's amazing. I was thinking about it. I was thinking it's totally pointless. Why am I going to grab a... it's just that feeling of completion. You know that you did your best and that you didn't like leave any stone unturned, and that you're going to do that. You know, like it's like getting all the straw off the field, and you see that little bit and you think it's not greed. I don't care. It's got very little material value. There have been times where I think, well, am I being greedy? Well, I don't really know that there's in the impact of anything for the Let's Play. Missing a bit of straw on the field is of really no material value, very little. You'd be talking like cents for a few, you know, like litres that you've missed, so it's really not terribly important. So it's more about being thorough and sort of like finishing the job off, getting it done properly. So we've finished, but I'm not going to rush this. I've got to go out in a bit, so I'm going to have my breakfast and I'm going to record. I might even do it as a separate session. So in fact I will. I'm going to, even if it's only 20 minutes, 15 minutes long, I'd just like to give this the respect that it's due, because I've thoroughly, of all of the maps, I've got to be honest, this is my favourite the Giants did. I like Sri Lanka anyway. I can't really include that. I'm talking about the new maps. So that is all of our harvest is brought in for this year. And haven't we done well, really, when you consider where we came from with these two fields? Admittedly, this is always a big one. It was always a fantastic, but look at what we've got now. Amazing. I would say probably one more field, and I think we're about where we should be, really. But I mean, the suit factory business is brilliant. I would do that again, definitely. Well, yeah, it's one of that was one of the factories that gave me a lot of breakthroughs on how to use triggers and also I had a lot of headaches over that, but it's again, like that, when you sort of see your workmanship and you think, yeah, I did an all right job on that. There's always room for improvement. You like think, yeah, I could have done that a bit better, but overall I'm quite pleased with what we've actually achieved. So, and also the reality of the situation, that although I still don't take up a lot of room, there's a lot of storage in that massive tower. So yeah, or rooms. You could, I mean, there's like 3 separate floors on that, maybe even 4 if you looked at the tower. You could have literally 4 little rooms in there with factories and all sorts of things going on in there, realistically. Whereas the little tiny ones that Giants have done, they're not supposed to. Oh, that's it's trying to unload. I can see it being yeah, doing that thing where it's like keeps trying to unload. Well, it does it itself now, doesn't it? So it's quite good. Yes, so it was like seeing this. It's just a matter of taking pride in your work, isn't it? And actually getting it, getting everything done. So I'm going to leave it here, but I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to like do me normal. So I'm going to say goodbye, and then we're going to like pop, and I'll come back and we'll do the. Well, how do we do in this session, malarkey? You know, I'm trying not to cover the bit because we've already covered the. You know, why these are here and why they're different and all the rest of it, so I'm not going to do that again, although no, I won't. Yeah, so all that remains to be said is, for the penultimate time on Riverbend Springs, is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on other journeys, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.